What if they were completely submissive to the narcissist? Why do they still go find new supply? Simple, because nothing you ever do for a narcissist will ever be enough. You get a lot of toxic, narcissistic people out here that claim they want submissive people. What they actually want is subservient people that do what they want them to do whenever they want them to do it, and it still will never be enough. You need to be more submissive. If you're more submissive, they ask for more. You need to be more submissive. You need to give me more, and you don't get more in return. You give more, but you don't get more in return when you're dealing with narcissistic people. If you're dealing with a narcissistic person or a toxic person, literally, nothing you do will ever be enough for them. You will never, ever truly make them happy. You will completely lose yourself, lose your identity, lose who you are, trying to make a narcissistic person happy. You can bend over backwards, you can bend over forward, sideways, you can do a cartwheel. They don't care because they will always ask you to do more. Hey, I just saw you. There was a nice, awesome cartwheel you just did. I need a backflip now.
If you repeatedly have to tell someone how you feel and how they hurt you and nothing changes, understand that they do not respect you.
Okay, we're home. Okay, you still look good from work, so it's not going to irritate him. I come home looking worn out. All right, so we're just going to go inside. We're going to be happy. Don't talk about how bad your day was or how frustrating or annoying it was. Make sure his day's okay. It was good. Just be happy and bright and bubbly. Stuff down everything that you're experiencing and just hold it in. And because we don't want to make him upset today. We don't want to make him mad. Cook him dinner, cater to all of his needs. It's going to be okay. Just... we got this. Hey baby, I'm home. Okay, why are you so loud though? Like, why do you gotta walk in the house so obnoxious like that?
A narcissist will do a reverse discard on you by making your life hell. They ramp up the level of abuse and take it to a new level, a sheer level of misery and pain that you cannot take. Why do they do this when they claim to love you? Do narcissists really love? I say no. They have no or very little empathy, compassion and remorse. Love is transactional to them, so you are just collateral. They will not dispose of you because they are cowardly. Not all narcissists, but there are some that reverse discard, so they do not have to do it. They will then play victim and gain sympathy from others that you left them. When they move on to another supply, they can manipulate them into believing you are the problem. This cycle repeats over and over. They reverse discard, say they do not have to make the decision to leave. It is cowardly really and gives them validation that you are the problem in the relationship.
Understanding that your entire life with the narcissist was a lie.
Go back and watch our whole video because she really gives some great points on how to move forward from narcissism. But the one she was just speaking about right there is coming to that realization that everything about the narcissist was a lie. It honestly took me finding out that he had been cheating for me to reach this point. Up until that point, like, I had found out about a lot of things, but I still kind of kept saying this phrase of like, well, I know there's a good person deep down in there. But the one thing that I really believed him on that he wasn't doing or didn't do was cheat. So when I found that out, whatever little was left of the image I had from him shattered. And that's when I felt the most broken. Sometimes it takes an ugly realization like that for you to snap out of that dissonance. And you just reach a point to where like, enough's enough. And you realize that they were nothing that you thought they were, and everything that you were afraid they were.
Sometimes the only purpose somebody serves in your life is to teach you what not to do or how not to be.
Narcissists who play the victim always say this. They have no idea why you left. They never saw it coming, right? And in the reality is they were threatening you with divorce or breaking up over and over and over and over again. And they were making life absolutely miserable. And you went to therapy with them and you tried to read every single book you could on healthy communication and you did all the things. And their behavior got worse and worse and worse over time. But somehow when you finally are the one who discards them, they never saw it coming. They had no idea. Well, that's what they're trying to tell everybody else so that they can try to be the victim so that they don't have to take responsibility. It's kind of a preemptive strike, right?
Just like before, I can see that you're sure you can change him, but I know you won't. The devil doesn't bargain, he'll only break your heart again. It isn't worth it, darling, he's never gonna change. He'll never be Prince Charming, he'll only do you harm again. I don't mean to meddle.
This holiday season, when you're trying to implement boundaries, remember two very important things that abusers will do. They will mischaracterize you. They will intentionally misunderstand you. It is not your job to convince someone to like your boundaries. And it's also not your job to have to defend yourself and your decisions to someone who is intentionally trying to misunderstand you, your intentions, and your integrity. The entire point of them intentionally misunderstanding you and mischaracterizing you is to get you on the defense to defend your choices. When you get into a place of having to defend yourself, you're at a disadvantage. When abusers get you into a reactive state of needing to justify your own behavior, this is the point where they typically start gaslighting you, where they start twisting your words and making you second guess yourself. Try to remember that the abuser is a liar and a manipulator. They have lost credibility. And so therefore, their opinions of you and your intentions don't mean shit. Hope this helps.
I think a narcissist karma is having to live with themselves, is having to die alone, is having to get to the place where they realize that no one else actually wants to be around them because of how they manipulate, how they hurt other people. You know, some people are like, oh, the narcissists, they look so happy. You know, they're happy with a new person, they're engaged, they're connected in their lives. Like, it's not going to last. And it's not going to last because they haven't cut the bullshit. They haven't cut the lies. They haven't started being honest. They haven't started being vulnerable. And as a result, their end karma is going to be they have to live with themselves. They have to live always looking for some more, always looking for something to fill a void inside them that they don't know how to fill. And always lying, never being true to themselves, and getting to a place that they are accepting a false reality as reality just so they can survive day to day.
Sons of narcissist mothers are often parentified. The narcissist mother wants to groom her son to take care of her and be her hero. She's likely not going to approve of any girl that he ever dates because she's in a competition with all women. And she's his number one. She's going to enable her baby that does nothing wrong. And in some cases, the son turns out to be a narcissist as well.
Want to know how to break a trauma bond? Resolve your cognitive dissonance. Resolve the confusion you have between what's real and what seems to be real. That will set you free.